What up? 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 What it is? What it do? You know who it is? Who are you? That sounded mad dry, but we back
Y'all back.
again
Y'all back.
with the 22 twos.
Welcome
I'm
back.
kinda,
Welcome
I'm
back.
kinda excited because we got everybody on the call today. FJB is back from his on assignment,
It's
on
hiatus.
location, work on the last quick hitters we did. He was
For research purposes. For
at
research.
the-
Ask
at
for,
the-
research purposes.
yeah.
ask for a friend. Ask for a friend.
Mhm.
Ask for a friend.
That's why our research is better than yours. But he's back. We got the whole crew here, and we're about to jump into another pause edition of the 22 quick hitter.
You damn
Yes,
right.
sir.
But,
Exception.
but
Second and two. Brought to you by the 22 twos.
Second and two.
before all of that, though, what we really need y'all to do, because it would really be beneficial for your life and for your knowledge, for your understanding of everything sports and hip hop culture. We need y'all to follow, to like, subscribe, share, comment. You can even make reels about how great we are.
Yeah, man.
Because,
Shout us out, man.
No,
Shout
it
us out.
would really, I mean, if you're going through something, that'll help you feel a lot better and help us too.
We'll improve
So
your
go-
life, bro.
go
If
ahead
it's a
and do
money,
it.
no
Go ahead
money
and do
back
it.
guarantee, but we will improve your life.
Yeah. Crisis Hotline,
One,
don't do
one,
it.
one stop shop. One stop shop. To all your life.
Nah, but please,
Improvements and goals.
please. You know what I'm saying? If you out there and you watching and you listening, you know what I'm saying? Your support, it don't cost you nothing.
Yeah.
Just go ahead.
Appreciate those supporting us right now as well.
Double tap us.
Yeah.
Pause. Anyway, I'm gonna kick it over to the back on the scene, from the scene reporter FJB. Take it away.
Yes, sir. Before I get into it, fellas, that Liberty game was crazy. And of course, we got them out of here. We got them Aces out of here. You seen the Liberty tweet throwing the Tims
Sweet
on
revenge.
the Aces logo.
Sweet revenge.
Big revenge. Shout out to Maneuvers talking about Sabrina Ionescu exercising those demons. Yo, finals bound. Start Thursday. Hopefully Liberty can get it done this time around and we have something to celebrate here in New York.
It'll be nice. That'll be the first championship in a while, man. Since what, 12?
Yeah, 22 Giants, right? Yeah.
11,
Yeah. But with that being said, we're going to get right into another edition of a second and two where we rapid fire through a lot of this weekend's games. Fellas, there was a lot of offense all over the place this weekend. There's a lot of parlays that hit out there. Of course, previous weekend, a lot of duds, guys not scoring touchdowns. Your fantasy team got you sick because nobody's scoring. But this weekend was au contraire. Maneuvers, I'm going to kick it off with you.
Yo, so the Bills went down to Texas for a rodeo and they got wrangled by the Texans. They put them out the pasture. They put him out the pasture with a 59-yard field goal as time expired for a 23-20 win.
Silly play calling.
Then we had the Niners. They try to do their best Giants impression and lose their kicker on the kickoff return. And had to go for two the rest of the way. So, of course, naturally, they lost the short speedster out there in Arizona, Kyler Murray, and lost the game 24-23. Listen, kickers. Just let them go. Not your responsibility. There are 10 other guys that should have made that tackle. Don't feel bad, because they're gonna give you hell if you.
Rather than act like you made the play.
Exactly.
Nobody's gonna be mad.
Just no one will be mad at you. and then I'm gonna wrap it up with Matthew Stafford getting no love.
That's
from
Pat Stafford.
He's getting no love, and Jordan Love showed him no love either, because the pack packed him up.
Back.
Get on out of here, Rams. Jordan Love handled his business. 2 second half touchdowns. Packers won 24-19. Rams are dying for Cooper for a cup and Puka Nakua to get back on the field. Please hurry back. please hurry back, Cup, because I need you on my fantasy team. All right.
A lot of injuries
They
out
got
there.
like Koopa. They got Koopa, Cup, and Puka. Sound like
Puka
something from Mario Brothers.
Nakua.
Sound like the
Koopa
Koopa
Puka.
Troopers. Puka Makoopa Troopers.
Puka Koopa.
Koopa's crazy.
Oh man, Darnell, talk to me about these games, man.
Hey, all I know is if I can't hawk Tua, I could win without you. And we got the Dolphins who got that W.
Oh, brother. Oh.
The Dolphins with the W.
Yo,
It made
the wildest one on this.
He's crazy,
show
folks.
yet.
He's crazy.
Yo,
If
so
he
right
cannot-
now,
if you cannot do it.
the Patriots have made an about face, and they are looking to bring in Drake May with the season on the ropes. You know, you got to give it to Mike McDaniel and whatever they're doing down there in Dolphin land. But without Tua at that. Bo Nix with the QB fix in Denver. And now the Raiders of the Lost Ark are searching for their next QB as well. Is there something in the water in Las Vegas? Where has the magic gone, Antonio Pierce? Where's the fire? And then we wrap this thing up with Big Blue Wrecking Crew and Sexy Dexy going out there to Seattle and taking them birds down. Isaiah Simmons with the block from the future.
That was crazy.
Shown that the Giants indeed have life. Daniel Jones actually looked like a quarterback. The offense was moving outside of some drops. But dare we say, the New York Giants are 2-3.
So you guys still think they'll get to 10 wins?
Yeah.
It's
Do you
possible.
still think? Do you still think
It's
they're gonna get to
possible.
10
With
wins?
the
Yes
way
or no?
that offense
possible.
looked on the way that offense looked on Sunday, and the Giants defense is actually leading the
Yes
league
or
in
no?
sacks.
Yes or no?
It's a possibility.
It's possible.
You person are nuts.
It's possible.
You
I'll tell you.
you ever seen the conceited gift?
Yeah.
right.
Listen, I'll tell you.
With
I'll
the
off maneuvers, pause. I'll tell you who is nuts. Darnell stealing my goddamn game with the Broncos and the Raiders. But we're moving on. We're gonna keep it moving, right? Cowboys, Steelers.
my
Cowboys,
bad.
Steelers. There's something in the water in
My
Texas.
bad.
Goddamn stole my
bad.
thunder. But it's
My
okay.
bad.
It's all love. You delivered. You delivered.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Pause.
Oh man, I messed
Cowboys
up
beat
that one.
Cowboys beat the Steelers 20-17. Dak, of course, makes it interesting by throwing a bunch of interceptions to make the game closer than it needed to be because Dallas definitely dominated on offense.
Here
but
comes
Fields
Russ.
looked indecisive. And here comes possibility, right? Because
Yeah.
Fields did look indecisive at times. Jalen Tolbert with the winning TD catch with 20 seconds left led to Dallas packing the boys up. Speaking of getting packed up, Bears beat the brakes off of the Panthers. The Panthers obviously come back down to earth. Is it really the young man's fault that was benched? Probably not.
No.
But Caleb Williams
Probably.
definitely came to play. Strong game, 304 yards, 2 touchdowns. DJ Moore, monster game, 5 receptions, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. And the Panthers, ladies and gentlemen, stink like we all thought that they would. Back to you, JB.
Week 10. Week 10.
We did.
Can't wait.
Next, that's the next win on the schedule.
Hey, okay.
Go ahead, Philly.
My bad, Sean.
Yeah.
Are you gonna apologize? No, listen. No, you killed this. You had that.
I could do a quick segment on the Colts and the Jags.
Yeah,
Nah.
what we're going to talk about there. Trevor Lawrence got his first W. Colts did everything they can to give that game away. GG's. It is what it is. Trevor Lawrence still stinks. They lost 9 regular season games in a row. Didn't make it 10. Kudos to you. Let's see what you do next
The
week.
ageless one.
Joe Flacco, of course. But moving on, or moving backwards, I should say, to the Bucks Falcons. We got a riveting Thursday night game to kick off week 5. Go check out our
all
social
together.
media on Instagram. Sean and I hopped on there, did an Instagram live. We live casted that first half. We talked about week 4's performances. Pause.
Much. Yeah, there you go. It wasn't too late.
We live casted that, but of course, Kirk Cousins, man, you like that? 509 yards, career high passing, 4 touchdowns, 2 receivers between Darnell Mooney and Drake London over 100 yards.
Time.
Buck secondary legit just got gashed. Bucky Irvin looks like he's ready to take over the starting spot from Rachaad White. Bucks did not play bad, but had a couple blunders down the stretch and allowed the Falcons to take that over in overtime. Once they got the momentum, you knew it was a wrap. Soon as overtime started, and the Falcons got the coin toss, I was like, yeah, this is a wrap. That being said, fellas, we got to move from 2nd and 2 into 4 down territory. Breaking news today: the New York Jets appeared.
Out of here.
Their head coach,
You're out of here.
Saleh, he's out of here.
You
On that
ran
roster since 2021. This is the first time Woody has gotten rid of a coach mid-season. It is week 5. The Jets are currently 2-3. They won a total of 20-36 under Robert Saleh. Rodgers has arrived. We saw the don't touch me, man. He ain't trying to give out no hugs in this place. It ain't kumbaya up in here.
Don't do that.
They seemed, the body language expert would tell us that, it didn't look too good on the field. Those guys look to be button heads. You got a lot of these signs from Aaron Rodgers telling them to hurry up and give him another play. Several possessions, even when they played Minnesota and London this weekend, they ran the ball 3 consecutive times. Rodgers not liking the call.
Yeah.
All said and done, Saleh is out of here. Sean, was that the right move? And will the Jets progress in a positive fashion for the rest of the season?
I don't see how they can. The Jets are a franchise, again, prone to making terrible decisions, and one of the worst decisions you can make is fire your head coach 5 games into an NFL season to have him replace, and I agree with Shannon Sharp said this earlier, fire your head coach to replace him with Brian Ulbrich, who is another defensive coach, and keep your offensive coordinator in Nathaniel Hackett, who is literally running one of the worst shit shows on offense.
Ever.
Period.
Ever.
You look at their offensive output from last year to this year, the statistics say that it is the same numbers under Zach Wilson as it is under Aaron Rodgers.
Bring back BYU.
Listen, bro, it feels like they should, because at least they had upside in Zach Wilson. Now you're stuck with a declining Aaron Rodgers, albeit I know how you feel about Aaron Rodgers, but let's call a spade a spade. He didn't. His receivers were not on the same page as him, and he made a couple of bad reads throwing the football, especially on the final drive where he threw a back shoulder fade when there was inside trail coverage by Stefon Gilmore. He threw the ball over the top. In a position where only the wide receiver could go get it, because guess who you have on the outside? You got Mike Williams, 6'5" Mike Williams running up against a 6'1" Stefon Gilmore. So that was a terrible read. It really all started during the offseason when he didn't show up to mandatory minicamp.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't get enough working with his wide receivers. Robert Saleh had all the power stripped from him when everything transpired, when he did decide to join the football team. His players didn't respect him. You had guys trampling over him, like Sauce Gardner had things to say. Quillen Williams had things to say. It was bad from the jump. And it's not all on Robert Saleh, by the way.
No, not at all.
I mean, it's not all on the players treating Robert Saleh is a coordinator and through.
Yeah.
He is not head coach material.
Right.
And we've seen that in his leadership style. We've seen that in how he deals with player conflict, how he's moved and dealt with the locker room. But he's also but in the same breath, he's also had staff that he hasn't chosen to put together. He's had guys kind of thrown together, and he's had to deal with the personalities of the players. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I'd say this is the reason why the Jets are the Jets. I know all the Jets fans are gonna be like, yo, he's a hater, but it is true, and y'all are gonna have to agree with me. This is why the Jets are the Jets. You do not remove your head coach 5 games into a season with rudderless, with no direction at all.
Yeah.
This is a huge indictment on Aaron Rodgers and the kind of player that he is.
Maneuvers, I'm gonna kick it to you because you seem to have a couple head nods during Sean's soliloquy there, and you also chose the Jets to win the Super Bowl this year. What say you?
Still got him as my pick.
You're nuts.
Ain't no way.
I mean,
I wait to do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it definitely wasn't, on the same level as how I do it. So please.
No, it wasn't. I tried, bro. You 1-on-1 when it comes to talking about nuts.
Often imitated.
Never duplicated.
Right.
And I caught your slight little jab there.
Mom, baby.
But, anyway.
So love, bro.
Anyway, I think we indictment. You can call it what you want. It's like we have very short memories. Aaron Rodgers is coming off a torn Achilles. This is his first season with the Jets. Aaron Rodgers historically is a slow starter.
Relax.
Exactly.
R-E-L-A-X.
So I don't think this is about Aaron Rodgers at all. I think from the reports that I'm getting, I'm just been checking my phone, my Shefty stuff. It's Woody Johnson told Robert Saleh to get it together, and he didn't. So that's why he got fired. I do think the wrong coach was fired. I think defensively, the Jets are and have been under Saleh. Even with the change in coordinators, have been a solid team defensively.
Yeah.
He was forced to make the change away from LaFleur. He was forced to go with Hackett. He hasn't been able to make his choice. To your
and Hackett
can't hack it. I think the biggest indictment on all of it is that when Aaron Rodgers is running a 2-minute offense, the team looks a lot better offensively than when they're running the
offense.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take a page out of Aaron's book. Relax. I think Ulbrich is a leader of men, which is important. I think the defensive guys, especially from watching Hard Knocks, respect them as their coach. So let's not overreact. It's a long season.
Let's not overreact. They did five games. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but
that's an overreaction.
No, so let me ask you this question then. This is the question that will answer your.
I don't know how you could say that.
The way
that's
you're
crazy.
appalled. The way you're appalled. This will address it. Are you not surprised? Were you not surprised that Saleh was the head coach at the start of this season?
I was surprised he was still the head coach after previous season.
Okay, so at the start of the season, I was surprised he was the head coach. When they brought in Aaron Rodgers, I was surprised he stayed the head coach. Like, they have given him, in my opinion, a season and 5 games longer than I anticipated they would have given him.
Right.
So it's not a reaction.
But I know we have to turn it over to Darnell and let him have the opportunity to speak on this nonsense. But
of course,
what direction? Where were you gonna go? That would be the biggest change. I'll leave that question to you,
Darnell. What direction they're going?
Well, I'll say this, and this is like, I'm not trying to be crass. I'm trying to be very honest as I can. Right. As a Giants fan, there's not an ounce of love that I have in my body for the New York City Football Jets. But I will be very honest as well. It is. I'm trying to broaden the base. Let me hear me out. But it does suck, and it is a travesty to see the franchise and the organization as a whole just kind of be wallowing in this Joe Namath for 50 years, bro. Like, and it just 60 years actually. Was it 60 years? I think 1969. I think 67, something like that.
It's a long time.
It's a long time. You know what I'm saying? But it's tough. You know what I mean? Because
I'm still surprised every time I see Joe Namath walking around
still with his mink, with his chinchilla, with his mink, with his mink. You know what I mean? So it's tough to see the organization, you know, like, and I'll be honest, like last year, Hard Knocks were like, hey man, we think the Jets might actually be good. Like Chad Pennington just walked through the door. You know what I'm saying? Like they might be good, you know? And it's tough to see them just implode like this because the talent. What? No, it's tough. No, I mean it's tough.
I just get mad. You know what?
You guys act like the season's over.
No.
I get mad. I get mad at the fact that everybody be glazing Aaron Rodgers. Like he hasn't been like that in 3 years, bro.
No. But
it's not even that. It's not even that.
What I'm saying is this was the perfect plug and play situation. You had the defense. You had the receivers, you had the running back. The only thing they were really kind of suspect on was the offensive line. But it was a plug-and-play situation. So
it was glazing
Woody Johnson came out straight up and said it was all him. It was all him. Mm-hmm. He made the decision. He decided to fire him, right? The big issue you have is now that you have and I agree with you guys, it is rudderless. You have a fan base that is like getting to this, like the aggravation is just, it's unreal with the Jets fan base. And but like I said, and yes, it's a long season, but you're still at this point where your defense is still elite, but Aaron Rodgers is supposed, let me finish. The defense is elite, but Aaron Rodgers is supposed to be quote unquote the equalizer. You get a Hall of Fame quarterback in there with his guy Hack, who he goes golfing with, and his drinking buddy, and they probably do ayahuasca together. And here you are in the same. That's crazy. Statistically, the same thing as last year. This is the same 5 games. Nothing
with Zach Wilson.
All right.
Well, can I let me just say.
Well, listen.
I just have one thing to
say. The same thing. Darnell says the same thing as last year. Sean says everybody's glazing Rodgers, and he hasn't been like that in 3 years. Maneuvers is going to be the last thought since you picked them as Super Bowl champions, and then we're moving on.
Okay. So listen, nobody's glazing Aaron Rodgers. The goal for Aaron Rodgers was to score 14 points a game, right? So it's not like, oh, we think Aaron Rodgers is going to come and put up huge numbers. We just know that we're looking for him to be an improvement over last year. Granted, we haven't seen it yet. Let's give it time. For you to say, both of you to say that they're rudderless is, and then in the same sentence say, like, their defense is elite. It's like, yo, it doesn't make sense.
Two things could be the same, bro.
No, like they can't be the same.
Yes, they can.
Not in this situation. They are not rudderless. They understand that their defense is their strength. So they've promoted their defensive head coordinator, and they're going to lean on their defense to win games. That's really what it is. It's not rudderless. I think it makes perfect sense. Because who else you going to put? You're going to put Hackett to run the team?
Ask the Broncos.
Well, we're moving on from one.
We'll see you soon, Bill.
We're moving on from one team that's relying on their defense and, you know, has a history of sucking. Pause to another one. Cleveland Browns lose again. Deshaun Watson leading the league in sacks, 26 on the season, 7 this past Sunday. That offensive line is terrible. And listen, Deshaun Watson had a QBR of 8.5. Fellas, like, at some point we got to stop making excuses. He is not the same quarterback that we saw in the Houston Texans. Of course, we all know he went through a bunch of off the field situation. He was, he was suspended, came back, needed a couple of games to get reps under his legs, got it. It ain't helping, not even with the defense. So, who is to blame for Deshaun Watson's lack of great play? Darnell, we're going to kick it to you because you know these guys always like to take your shine.
Yeah, nah. You know what? I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make.
What is it for? You gotta
this
speak up for himself.
Boom, boom,
God damn it!
But I don't like
It
cutting
ain't
you
up to
off, man.
us.
But look, but
We love
seriously, I think like when you watch Deshaun Watson play, I remember a few years ago they had a game when they played against the Patriots, and when New England went down there with Tom Brady, and I mean the Texans just absolutely annihilated the Patriots in the first quarter. I think it was over, and I think back too about that AFC divisional game against Kansas City. They were up by what? I think 28 points, 27 points. And the mysterious blunder by Bill O'Brien. But I do think it's something to be said for this guy. His man has been out of football for like 2-3 years. And for some reason he just can't get his swagger back, and it's like when you watch him play, it's as if like it's a completely different person. And I'm not trying to make no jokes about the whatever he was doing off the field, but I think it's probably something. It's something left to say.
We won't hold
There's
it against
something
you.
left to say.
He's missing his rub and tug. That's
He's
why
missing. Yo,
he's missing his rub and tug. That's why he ain't throwing no
those
tug.
endings aren't as happy anymore, brother. So he's in this weird spot, man, where nobody really could figure him out. Because
no shade to all the true victims out there.
Yeah. No shade.
Lee fellas.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's one adult in the room. Okay.
I'm sorry, man. I wasn't gonna say nothing. Y'all egged me on. But
I thought it was funny. You good?
But yeah. So right now, man, like the Browns are in a tough spot. Stefanski was able to do it with Flacco last year, and for the fact that he's still in this spot where we're looking at all of these games in, and he just looks like a shell. But I gotta say, man, it's tough to watch him play because he was one of the great quarterbacks we had in this league. So yeah.
I kind of like him too. I kind of like him.
He even cut
Deshaun Watson. Sorry, I kind of liken Deshaun Watson to a Russell Wilson, an off-schedule quarterback. Right? Those guys don't play with timing necessarily. They like plays break down. They're able to make plays on the run, find their wide receivers. But over time, when you play in different types of offenses, you begin to see that timing isn't necessarily a strong suit. They begin to hold the ball too long, take too many sacks, not deliver in certain situations. The same thing you've seen with Sean Payton's offense when Russell Wilson was a part of it, right? He had difficulty being able to complete passes in a timing offense. There's nothing different when Kevin Stefanski's type of offense is timing-based rhythm, a lot of mesh concepts, get the ball out of your hands. He doesn't trust what he sees. And that's in part to him not having the weapons that he is normally used to other than Amari Cooper on the outside.
And
Njoku, who's been hurt. David Njoku's been hurt.
Always hurt. He hurt again.
He hurt again.
You know what I mean? So and he doesn't have that run game to consistently lean on to be effective in play action. So I think that I think that he is in a rough spot as a quarterback. He's trying to make lemonade from lemons, and it's just not working out for him right now. So I feel for the guy, but he's not helping his situation with the way that he is playing, holding the football and turning it over. And honestly,
it's bad enough to where we can't say it's because of just the O-line or it's because of he doesn't have weapons. Like he's like just playing bad.
There's nothing.
It's a combination. Absolutely.
Works,
you have to call a spade, and that's what's happening right now.
Maneuvers, what's with the rub hands? You look like you trying to.
I got a couple points. Points I'd like to make. I think the first point I'd like to make is maybe it's just the Cleveland thing. We talked about the Jets. Maybe it's just the Cleveland thing because Baker.
They made the playoffs last time.
No, because Baker was looking exactly the same in Cleveland as Deshaun Watson.
And now he's cooking.
What about Joe Flacco?
Joe Flacco's a gunslinger.
Small sample size.
Very small sample size. And he's a gunslinger.
How about a 2-year sample size? Look at what he did doing with the Colts right now.
Yeah, but he's a gunslinger. It doesn't matter. And he's and what happened? Step back. What happens is the game slows down for you the older you get. Like the older you get, they're slower, but mentally the game slows down. Anyway,
Not only that, I'll let you continue your point. We're judging him based off coming in as a backup as well, right? We're not expecting him to come in and
nobody's
start
prepping
17
for
games.
him. Yeah. Nobody's prepping for him, getting him ready.
So,
yeah.
Exactly. That's the other thing. To the other point is, maybe that's how you see Deshaun Watson now, and this show would not be this show if you and I didn't disagree on things. But Deshaun Watson, if you go back to Clemson, was a sit in the pocket.
No, he was pocket pass.
He timing throws. He was, and then he used his athletic ability when he needed to. I specifically remember when he was coming out of college, like calling in and arguing with Chris Cooley about Deshaun Watson and his skill set as a pocket passer. So I don't think it's a skill set that he doesn't have. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I can tell you from personal experience, like when you're behind an offensive line that you're not confident in, everything else falls apart. Like, everything.
The process gets sped up.
Yeah, it's like, and you're not like some guys have the ability to just play backyard football.
Yeah.
And some guys don't.
Like Aaron.
Yeah. No. Like Mahomes.
I'm joking.
Mahomes literally plays like backyard football.
Yeah.
Like when shit breaks down, it's like the things that he does let you know that he's playing backyard football.
Right.
Like he's not playing NFL football anymore. He just has the ability. Like Lamar Jackson played. It turns into backyard football. They're spinning, they're pump faking, they're doing all. Josh Allen, backyard football. Like Deshaun Watson, when it breaks down, he's like, "Oh shit, I'm about to get it." Like,
He's like,
that's what happens.
AKA, he ain't one of them ones. But just to pivot off of your backyard football, Lamar Jackson handed Joe Burrow another L. He is now 5-1 against Joe Burrow anytime the Ravens play.
Cody.
What?
Cody Rhodes?
Cody Ice?
I have to stop disrespecting.
He looks like Cody Rhodes.
He's cold, bro.
He does like Cody Rhodes. He does like Cody Rhodes.
That game was a hell of a game. A shootout goes to overtime. Bengals can't get it done. Derrick Henry, just when you thought he had a subpar game, out for 40. That dude at this age he looks like he's still running in high school, to be honest with you. He's trucking everybody.
That all-season training is coming to work.
Home.
Running over everyone, hitting 21 miles an hour running. And then, of course, Lamar Jackson, we talked about it in the chat, drops the snap, fumbles the ball, jukes the lineman, runs to the what exactly are you supposed as a coach? You just gotta look at your corners and your secondary, just shake their head. It's like what else?
The crazy part is you look at the stat line, it's like a 6-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He threw the ball like the 30-yard line.
Yeah, like it was that far back. Yeah.
Sean, with that division being so competitive outside of the Browns, can the Bengals get back to competing at least for a playoff spot, or is it cooked? Because it's sounding cooked.
It's tough to say, but let's take a look at the rest of their schedule and see how many wins that they can eke out.
Well, we know you guys are not exactly the best in this arena. We'll entertain it.
Listen, they got the Browns. They got the Browns this.
That's a win.
No, they got the Giants.
No, they got the Giants on. Excuse me, they got the Giants on Sunday night.
That's a win.
They got the Browns shortly after that. They got
that's
the Eagles.
A win. That's a loss.
The Raiders. They got the Ravens again.
That's a
loss.
loss.
The Chargers. They have the Steelers. They have the Cowboys. They have the Titans. Browns again. Broncos, and round out the season with the Steelers.
They're lucky they had the Browns twice.
For them.
Yeah, the Browns saving them.
A couple of things can change for them. if they stack a couple of division wins, because remember, it's all about those division wins.
Right.
If you can win if you can win your division, you can get right back into it again.
If you can win 3 out of 4,
they're not beating the Ravens.
No. The problem right now, you never
probably
know.
Not.
You'll never know because they pushed the Ravens to the limit, and Joe Burrow cannot play any better than he did this weekend. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Lost.
Listen, but that's what I'm saying.
At home,
he's
saying, bro. Like
he has 12 touchdowns and 2 interceptions on the season. I believe in Joe Burrow to continue to play the way that he's playing to keep his team afloat. There's always a chance in the AFC. The NFC is a different story.
They're 1-4.
I think that I think that they could have a shot. If the defense is able to shore it up a little bit, get stops when they need to, and them being able to run the damn football, because he's looking Joe Burrow. Yes, he's putting up awesome statistics. What you winding up for? What you winding up for?
I'm waiting for you to finish.
I think that it's possible. It's not a story that we haven't seen before. You know what I'm saying?
So
they could pull it off. You look at the Steelers. The Steelers started 3-1. Steelers started 3-1. They played the Steelers twice, who are susceptible to, as we have just seen against Dallas, against
Here
the pass.
comes Russ.
Yeah.
Susceptible against the pass. They have an opportunity to eke out a couple of division wins and be right in the mix toward the end of the year. These are the Bengals. Do not get it twisted.
Okay. You good. You say it.
You're not.
It's
over.
Now, the one thing,
1-4.
but you
They're
but
1-4.
But with all due respect, think about it, right? The AFC East, right? There's only one team right now in the AFC East. There's only one team with a winning record in the AFC East.
Somebody's paying attention.
The AFC South, the Texans. That's it. AFC West.
Go out west.
You got the Colts. Sorry. You got the Chiefs. And young bucket, the Chargers.
Maybe the Broncos.
And maybe the Broncos. So with 7
the Broncos defense is a little bit better
but with 7 teams, you could kind of say they might be able to sneak into that 7, bro. Like it's.
Thank you, Darnell. Thank you, DB Dude.
If you break it down, let's just say
somebody's thinking.
Let's just say they beat the Browns twice, and then they beat and let's say they split with the Steelers. But I think they're gonna beat the Steelers twice. No offense.
They're right back in it.
They're not gonna beat the Steelers
They're
twice.
right back in it.
Why do y'all constantly disrespect these Mike Tomlin coach teams? Like,
it's not disrespectful.
They're gonna beat the Steelers twice.
They should have beat the Cowboys, bro.
Because the Steelers have the same problem that they had last year.
Listen,
instability at the quarterback position that makes you think whether or not the starter needs to be in the game. That is the problem with the Steelers, not the football team. But the quarterback position has always been a question.
So if we're talking about the Steelers and their problems, the original question was about the Bengals, and the problem that they have had is that they consistently.
That was because you said everybody keeps disrespecting the Steelers, and it's a fact that the Steelers have a problem at the quarterback position.
But I'm just going back to the original question about the Bengals making the playoff and what you're talking about, all the positives. What we're not talking about is how the Bengals have the propensity to lose games that they should win all the time.
Right, they choke.
It's a thing that they do. So
we do that.
They need to win games, and they're gonna lose games over the course of the season again that they should be winning. They will mess around and lose to the Browns. Mark my word.
Right.
They're going to beat the Browns twice. They're going to beat the Browns twice. They're going to beat the Steelers.
Maneuvers. No. Do you know what their margin of loss was for in their 4 losses?
A loss is a loss.
15.
Don't listen, Hembo. Don't nobody care about that. It don't matter. Wins and losses.
15 points.
This is not the in-season tournament in the NBA.
Get out of here, finance bro.
This is not This is not the NBA in-season tournament, bro. It's wins and losses. It doesn't come down to point differential. Okay? Did you win or did you lose? And they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose to the Browns.
Point differential will matter if you're that 7 and that 8, and you got one more point to get ahead with the tie record.
This is why they make divisions play divisions, because then that's where they go first. Like,
I had no idea. No, I had no idea that the NFL was doing that. Oh my goodness!
Like, you know that, man.
Oh
like,
my god!
Like, points don't matter.
Well, listen,
you could say, I just said the points don't matter.
You know what you do.
This ain't fantasy football.
This guy.
Points for and points against. But of course, Bengals keep losing.
It's the best part about being in charge. The best part about being in charge. Call me Tony Reality.
There's another team that hasn't lost yet. Darnell, why you on mute, my brother?
Because I'm Tony Reality.
Brothers, the Chiefs, 5-0. Or whatever. They ain't lose yet. No Hollywood Brown, no Rasheed Rice. They just keep the train moving. Keep it moving. Travis Kelce had a good game. Of course, Juju Smith-Schuster out of nowhere. Opportunity. Goes crazy over 100 yards receiving. Patrick Mahomes continues to do Patrick Mahomes thing.
Yeah.
The Saints come back down to earth. A little more reality. Chris Olave only 4 targets in the game. His brother tweeted about it mid-game. He only had 1 target, I believe, heading into the fourth quarter. Kind of odd. Derek Carr seemed to be trying to look for Rashid Shaheed on bombs the entire night. Alvin Kamara couldn't really get going. Saints lose, Chiefs win. Can the Chiefs continue to win at this rate without a star receiver, essentially? Sean.
Yeah, they're playing complementary football. You know what I mean? And I think you all will agree that this is the worst that we've seen Patrick Mahomes play in the last couple of years in terms of taking care of the football and explosiveness on the offensive side of the ball. We've seen a lot more from him. He's at this point, you're looking at him at least with 10 to 15 touchdowns through the first quarter of the season.
It's funny you say that because he's still playing.
That's the point that I was gonna make. Right? This is the worst football that we've seen him play, and he's playing winning football. So you look at the rest of the team. You got Tranquil, you got Chris Jones. That defense we spoke about.
You think that Tyreek Hill trade might happen?
Back to the Chiefs.
They like bringing people back into the fold.
They do.
Kareem Hunt.
I just want to put a sidebar with that because it's been in the ether.
You know what? That would be a cool fairy tale ending, but I think that the cap plays a big part in Tyreek Hill's contract. He just got what did he just re-sign or do an extension this past season? Yeah. So I think that's a little bit difficult for them to be able to do unless it's draft compensation and they're willing to eat that cap number. But I think that F them picks, right? I mean, that part. But does it? I mean, honestly,
we trying to three-peat, bro. Listen, who cares? We're gonna be in cap hell forever. We don't care.
Listen, honestly,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Honestly, the Chiefs, do they look like a team who is in need of any pieces from the outside that can interfere with future future commodities? No, because they have guys that they can pick up off the street that understand how to play, like Kareem Hunt, who didn't have a job 2 weeks ago and just comes up off the couch, 28 carries for a buck 02, running hard and playing good football. Travis Kelce, when his number's called, he does what he needs to do, and he's not the same. He doesn't have the same output. I refuse to say that he's not the same player. I think that teams are trying to take away from him. You think so? I don't. I think he's still the same. I think he's still the same threat. I think that he's still the same threat, but he's
lost a step though.
I don't think so.
Too much time with T Swizzy, bro.
But they're playing complementary football, and that defense does not get enough credit for what they're able to do. Confusing quarterbacks. Derek Carr, he gets a lot. I give him a lot of props for the way that he played, taking shots down the field because they were there. You know what I mean? You could see there was a lot of one-on-one coverage. They dared them to throw down the field. He just didn't connect on a lot of plays. I think that Chris Olave was game plan wise was meant to control the short to intermediate. It just didn't work out that way based on the way that they were going one-on-one coverage. But it was a close game until the beginning of the fourth. It was like 13-16. Yeah. And then the Chiefs said enough's enough, and they just broke it open, 10 straight points in the fourth quarter to put it away. So, that's what championship teams do. It's reminiscent of the Patriots. When Tom Brady isn't playing well, you have the defense who picks him up. You have the special teams play. You have something that happens that puts the team in a position to win football games. And the Chiefs aren't doing any different. They're winning in multiple ways, and this is how you get deep into the regular season and into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, Darnell, you mentioned them potentially bringing Tyreek back. Do you think they're going to try to pull off any trade for a receiver, or maybe to Sean's point, kind of just keep the train rolling as is?
Nah, you know what, man? I feel they will. You know what I'm saying? Because they do need they need a threat. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta say this, man. You gotta really look at this coaching job that's being done by Spags and Andy Reid, and it is textbook. You're talking about you're losing players, you're losing. You got a guy lost a step. You have no running back. You had to pick up a guy off the street. You got no wide receiver. Juju Smith-Schuster went for like almost 160 last night. And Patrick Mahomes, as Anderson said too, this is his regular day is equivalent to a Pro Bowl season for some other quarterbacks. A regular day for him. So it's amazing that we're seeing this. And granted, he's a great, he's the equalizer. Whatever you have to corroborate the offense together, he does it. Chris Jones,
monster,
man. Like you were talking about it last night. He was being overshadowed by Aaron Donald for the past how many years? But we're seeing how valuable this man really is to that team. And hey, you know what? He said, I'm worth it. And you look back at games like that and how many plays he's made, just like in the Super Bowl.
Not to be a homer though, real quick. Dexter Lawrence is the best defensive tackle in the NFL, hands down. And then
Chris Jones, he doesn't have any rings to prove it, but that's besides.
He doesn't.
But for right now,
he's the man.
It's very clear.
For right now, he's a game wrecker. So the Chiefs right now, I picked them to win the Super Bowl. As I said, like they just have it. In the beginning, when we did these picks beginning of the season, I still think they just have that. If there's a gear for first, second, and third, they're already. By the time they get to week 15, they're in gear 6 or 7. They're past everybody else. The Ravens said, "Hey, that's our best game, and y'all barely beat us." We're like, "Well, you still didn't beat them yet." So until anybody beats them, they're still the team to beat, regardless of whatever happens throughout the season. So it'll be nice to see Tyreek Hill go back. It would be nice to see him go back with the guys and really get one more and be part of that three-peat. That'll be historic for sure.
So maneuvers, just circling back real quick to your Jets pick. Are we saying AFC Championship Jets Chiefs?
Yeah, for sure. Gotta have confidence in your pick. I do want to say this though, that the Chiefs to me are a scary team. For this reason and this reason alone. I'm a firm believer in if a team finds a way to win consistently, that's the team that you need to worry about.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, not the team that's blowing people out and like the team that like is finding a way to win when people think like.
What have I been saying? Talent and luck.
Swiss Army knife, bro. A Swiss Army knife could cut that.
And
anyway,
to everybody's point so far, you go back to the coaching and the system and being able to plug guys in that understand and can execute in that system.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's a lot of talk about the conversation around the GOAT at quarterback with Patrick Mahomes. Has he surpassed Brady? Will he surpass Brady? I honestly feel like that's the wrong conversation. I feel like the conversation is like, is Andy Reid the GOAT coach? Because I'm not talking about just the Chiefs. If you go back to Philadelphia, like when he got fired from Philadelphia, those of you who are old enough to remember, like he shouldn't have been fired if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? He was doing it for, and I was very intimate with that because the Eagles are in the same division as the Giants, and he was doing a phenomenal job in Philly. They fired him, and he didn't miss a beat. Went to Kansas City and started building, putting things in place. Took Alex Smith. You know what I'm saying? Like he like Andy Reid. To me, like at what point do you start saying like, yo, this dude is
might be it, man.
This it might be Andy Reid, the GOAT coach. If they win another one, like, oh, hold on a second now. He's taking multiple teams to the Super Bowl. He's won multiple rings. And he's always in the conversation. He always has 12, 13 win team. Like, this is a lot.
Proven winning on multiple teams. That's why Belichick got to come back.
Ooh.
Hey, what's going on, Gangrene?
Message.
Now, real quick, I want to talk to that. He is not going back to the Jets. Did y'all forget that he had an opportunity?
We're just saying, man. We get it.
He had an opportunity to coach the Jets.
For 24 hours, he was their coach. He was their coach.
And what did he do? 24 hours. He said, "Yo,
hey, but guess
I'm
what
not
though?
coaching. I'm not coaching. I'm not coaching y'all. I'm going up to New England."
Guess what though? Here's the one thing that everyone keeps bringing that up, but the one thing that nobody's talking about. New England forced him out.
Yeah.
We're better to go than a Jets team with an amazing defense, talented, potentially over the hill quarterback,
and stick it to the Patriots.
Stick it to the Patriots
because we all know that what they need is more defensive coaching, right?
Right.
That's a need right now.
Oh, wait.
That's a big need right now.
Wait. Here's the thing, right? They may not need defensive coaching, but Bill Belichick's the kind of guy that can come in there and say, "Nah, hack it. You gotta go."
Yeah.
You got a point because Woody Johnson ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what he needs, bro. Maybe that's what.
And we're gonna end on this. Y'all think they're gonna hire someone or just let Umbridge ride the rest of the year?
They're gonna rock it through the rest of the year.
They're gonna ride it out, bro. They're not crossing that bridge, bro. They're already cooked. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like
just sick of Saleh.
I think
listen, coaching implementation for his system, his scheme, his walkthroughs. It's a lot for them to be able to just bring him in mid-season. However, I think that it's not good for the team. I don't know what it's gonna do for them going forward during the season, but
let's not rehash it. Basically,
it's gonna be must-see TV.
Woody Johnson's not Jim Irsay. He's not going to bring somebody off of the commentator's chair.
Right.
Well, they don't like him. They not like us, but y'all like us. So make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, DM. Don't text me. I ain't gonna text you back. Y'all can't find my number anyway.
Holla at us. That'd be crazy.
I don't respond.
Somebody send you a text like, "Hey,
I don't respond.
3 2 2s."
I don't respond.
Yo, that tape was nuts.
Dear Stan, I'm your biggest fan.
Appreciate y'all.
We out.
Peace.